I thought Pep was very lightweight as well, tipping his cap to how good a side Manchester United are and what reverence. Well, I don't think RB Leipzig tipped their cap to how good a side Man United were they. We can all look back on how good sides were once upon a time. We can look back on how good Preston North End were once upon a time and how good Ipswich were once upon a time. You've got to look at what's in front of you and beat what's in front of you. And I thought that was very lightweight from Pep. But I also felt that the discussion after the game about the performances of the sides, but more so to the performances of the managers. I thought Micah Richardson was quite brave, and he came out with, I thought, a very salient question about really and truly, as we look now, is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer the man to take Manchester United forwards? And I just thought it was cronyism from Gary Neville. Was very robust, brilliantly robust about calling out Mino Raiola for the divisive slob that he is in terms of the situation surrounding Pogba. But I then, when it came to the real burning question of Manchester United and what's going to happen with Man United and how far they're going and how they'll take them, both Keane and Gary Neville disappeared back into the cronyism, used to play with him, used to have a relationship with him, and didn't really want to answer the question. And it sort of sat there. I text you going, are you watching this bland nonsense that's going on here? Because it disappointed me, because I thought it was a very interesting conversation to be had. And if you're going to get into the territory of having robust punditry, then you should have robust punditry. The game itself, I just thought was a poor advertisement, and maybe it's because we get lulled into the false sense of security that this is far more meaningful in derby terms than it really is. Of course, since 2008 and the moniker of the noisy neighbours, City have come along and become more meaningful, and of course we've lost the energy and the vitality of the fans. But that, as an advertisement for the Premier League, was as dull as dishwater. You look at it and say, these are the two leading forces, or supposedly, in their own minds, the big six, the reason why the Premier League is sold around the world, and the Southamptons and Crystal Palace of the world, and whoever else that's in the Premier League that isn't Manchester City and Man United should be grateful for the crumbs of the table. Well, sod that. That was crap. That was dull as dishwater.
I think you recognise the fact that Keane and Neville are very close to Solskjaer.
Well, yeah.
So should they distance themselves from that?
Well, I think you're
either
going to come onto a broadcast and be objective about something, or you're not. I'm not suggesting that just because they don't hold my view that that's not good broadcasting. But I sat there and looked at it and went, you were asked the question, you've skirted around it, you ridiculed Micah Richards to get around it, right? Then Micah lost his point and burst into one of those big laughs, and all of a sudden the point was lost. But it's difficult to argue when you sit there. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer comes out and explains that game as one of the greatest performances Manchester United have put in against Man City, and nobody challenges it and says, leave off. That was, that was drab, and you're looking at two elite teams that have spent hundreds of millions of pounds on footballers on that pitch, and that is the fare that they serve up. I don't think it's good enough. I'm starting to morph into having a different view on Man United. I've been waxing lyrical about this massive monolithic football club that represents something and is an iconic in its outlook. And I'm beginning to say, well, maybe I actually shouldn't have that outlook anymore, because I keep bashing Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, saying he's not good enough for this club. But if I'm saying again, we should have a far better manager for a brand like Man United, maybe Manchester United aren't this iconic, huge football club that I think they are, and maybe Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is their natural level now.